Hello, everybody. What's up? What's up? What's up? It's Lord R. Wolfen, and my brother Witsama.
It's good, everybody.
Yeah. Sorry about last time. I was so lazy on posting the last episode, but yeah. Anyways, he's hopefully I can post this one in a bit after this recording. So, anyways, yeah. Let's. Anyways, we're gonna start off with our third episode of the season, and this episode we'll be talking about WCW gimmicks from the '90s. The reason why I picked the '90s and not just like 20s or whatever, because they had some weird ass gimmicks back then, and I thought it'd be a good idea to make tribute to odd the oddities at all costs, you know. Anyways, yeah, let's get started. Anyways, oh yeah, I forgot to mention to Rob. Anyways, I'm gonna tell you the gimmicks, and I think you might either give a ratings of thumbs up or thumbs down, or maybe a 5-star system. What do you think?
Sure, we could do a 5-star system. Or you know what? We'll do a thumbs up, thumbs down. Make it simple for the audience, and we don't have to think too hard on our rating. We could do, hey, we approve it, or hey, we don't.
Okay then. Sorry, excuse me, got a cough. Anyways, uh, for the first character in our little in this segment, we're gonna talk about one of the first infamous ones. It's a character called the Yeti. So context first. Before Halloween Havoc, they were setting up this huge ice block they had been showing in Nitro, and once the ice block burst at the Go Home Nitro before Halloween Havoc, the Yeti appeared on the pay per view. So on the pay per view, the Yeti comes out, interferes in the match between Hulk Hogan and the Giant, aka Big Show and WWE. He and actually dry humps Hogan as they sandwich the guy. Later on, the Yeti was repackaged as a ninja. Anyways, all I can say about the Yeti right now is that he looks like a mummy with covered in gauze. Yeah, yeah, it's kind of oddly and specific, but what do you think?
We want my thumbs up and thumbs down.
Yeah,
Um, Probably a thumbs down.
okay,
Perhaps if the idea could have been, like a little bit better. I don't know about that Yeti thing.
all right.
What do you
Anyways,
think? You giving it a thumbs up or a thumbs down?
thumbs down. Yeah, it's kind
Okay, cool.
of
So we agree.
yeah. Anyways, the next character, and this might not be from WCW Creative. It might be because Ted Turner owns the rights to this, but the next character we have is called Oz, the Great and Powerful, because I'm pretty sure the reason why this character exists is because WCW is owned at the time is owned by Ted Turner, and he owns Turner Classic Movies. And the whole idea of Oz is that he is like a Wizard of Oz character. He's named after the wizard, and he's built from the Emerald City. He actually and during his entrance and his debut, they had the Tin Man, the Cowardly Lion, the Scarecrow, and whatnot. And also the guy playing Oz, he will be later be known as Vinny Vegas. Then he jumped ship to WWE as Diesel, and will come back to WCW as Kevin Nash.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
He had quite the journey, Kevin Nash. I didn't know that about him.
yeah. Anyways, yeah, I this is a weird ass gimmick, but I want to give it a thumbs up because it's such a outlandish thing. But I want to give it something that's interesting. What do you
You know,
think?
I give it a thumbs up too. Perhaps not so much about the gimmick, but the fact that, perhaps in a different timeline, maybe that gimmick doesn't exist, and maybe, Kevin Nash, doesn't exist, or at least to our brains, uh, perhaps that was like the step that got Kevin Nash where he was. I mean, we all know Kevin Nash, right?
Yeah.
WCW legend.
Yeah, I know.
Um, yeah, so I give it a thumbs up for the fact that, like, it was the stepping stone for who we know as Kevin Nash.
Yeah. Anyways, from the Emerald City to the Web City, yes, that's actually something they made up for this next character, Arachnaman. I'm not kidding here. He is like a color swap version of Spider-Man, but instead of red and blue, it's yellow and purple. That's all I can say.
Yellow
Yeah,
and
I give it a
purple,
thumbs
really.
down because it's a really
That's a
bad.
that's a super thumbs down.
Yeah,
Yeah, what's no redemption in that. That's no thought process either.
yeah. Anyways, yeah, next character, and this is a silly one. Yeah, the next character is a character called Glacier, and here's the thing about this character. In 1994, He came up in like 94 or 97, I think, and he is supposed to be based on Mortal Kombat. He is like I'm not sure that's the right word for it, but he's a copy of Sub Zero. He's a martial artist, and his debut cost about at almost into the seven digits of cash they have.
Oh my God, that's a lot
And
of money.
yeah, and this is just they're like I said, it was based on Mortal Kombat, and I guess trying to write, and oddly enough, I would love to. He's a pretty good wrestler, just not sure the gimmick worked at the time since Mortal Kombat came out in, I believe, 92 or 91. I don't remember, but yeah, what do you think?
Um, it depends. I feel like financially, you gotta give it a thumbs down. Seven digits?
Yeah,
Yeah, why so much money?
yeah. In his whole debut, they used lasers, fake snow. Uh,
7 million. Oh my.
yeah. Well,
And this character, what ended up becoming of him? Like, did he move on to be like his own superstar, or?
yeah, I'm probably sure he did.
Because that's going to be the main thing. They invested so much cash. It really depends on how big of a superstar he became past that gimmick.
Yeah, and it's not the only one. And yeah, there's a lot of other weird stuff. There's a lot. He's not the only one who's there. Like Arachnaman was also made to copy something, but yeah. But anyways, the next character. Okay, might not be WCW's idea, but it has to be someone else's idea. The next character is the Kiss Demon from 1990.
This demon.
Yeah, basically the character's called the Demon, but he is obviously like created by people who are fans of the Kiss. Actually, when the character debuted, they actually had Kiss performed.
That Kiss perform?
Yeah, and basically the demon would come into the ring, like spat out fake blood and whatnot. Well, for entertainment purposes, I would give it a thumbs up, but for idea purposes, I give it a thumbs down. Hmm. What do you think?
I think I'd probably give it a thumbs down. Although the Kiss feature is pretty cool, but I'd probably give it a thumbs down.
Yeah. Up next is a character. Yeah, I kind of like because he is like he is pretty cool. Next character is Disco Inferno, basically a disco dancer, and But honestly, after all seeing the matches he's in, I think it kind of works. He dances like in his entrances. He dances in the ring. Being he's basically like he's basically kind of like it's kind of like how Too Cool would do stuff. Like you remember Too Cool, right?
Too cool. They were a tag team, right?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Disco Inferno came out first since he did the dancing gimmick.
Okay, I see.
Yeah, and I kind of like him. He is a really good. It's a really cool idea. A disco dancing wrestler. What do you think? I give it a thumbs up.
Give it a thumbs up. That was before Too Cool.
Yeah,
I think you gotta give a thumbs up to the people that that set the precedent, right? Because
yeah.
Too Cool, that iconic. Who was Too Cool? It was Scotty Too Hottie, Grandmaster Sexy, and
Rikishi.
Rikishi. Yeah,
Yeah.
Rikishi. Yeah, gotta respect the goats, and you gotta respect the people that allowed that to happen.
All right. Next one I picked because this next one I picked was one of the worst things I could have expected from WCW, and it's kind of distasteful. It's a character called Oklahoma. He was basically a parody of Jim Ross, and it's one of the worst things out there if you watch it because, well, during like the mid to late '90s, Jim Ross suffered from Bell's palsy on his face, and not only did they parody Jim Ross, they parodied his Bell's palsy. Uh, it's kind of a distasteful parody, and I would give it a thumbs down because everyone hated it. From Jim Ross himself to his best friend in commentary at WCW at the time, Jim Cornette, and they were pushing this parody even to the Cruiserweight Championship.
Yeah, I'd probably also give that a thumbs down. Yeah, very distasteful. I'm surprised they ran with that story without consulting Jim Ross first.
Yeah, well, here's the thing though, Jim Ross from WWF, so
Oh,
uh,
I thought. Okay, excuse me. I misunderstood. I was thinking Jim Ross was on WCW at the time, and he was co-commentating with the other dude that you mentioned.
yeah,
Um, yeah, I'm surprised that that got approved.
yeah, and I'm gonna talk about like a few more things. Then we're gonna start the news day segment, okay? Because there's one person for last really want to talk about because he's a huge internet meme. So let's continue. Anyways, next character, and we're getting to the more distasteful part. The next character is from early ECW. His name is Big Josh. He is I guess, a lumberjack, and it is it is a really hard thing to watch because part of his gimmicks that he would bring bears to the ring with them, and the bears have muzzles on them. Um, Thumbs
Interesting.
down. What do you
That's a
think?
thumbs down. Yeah, I don't like when they try to include animals. Yeah, I would agree. Thumbs down.
Yeah. Up next is a little bit of it's a little odd one for me because not only is this next gimmick it did on arrival, it died on a specific point at that time because the next gimmick is a character called Van Hammer. Basically, he's a hair metal rock star, and thing is, he debuted in WCW at September of '91. And take a wild guess which genre exploded back then at that time.
I don't know. House.
Grunge.
Grunge. Oh, okay.
Yeah, because back then, right when right at that time, at September of '91, and Nevermind by Nirvana came out and changed the landscape of music at the time. So not only did Van Hammer die, gimmick died at on arrival, it died on the exact point where music kind of gone away, kind of changed. So yeah, Uh, um, so yeah, there's no chance for a glam rock star or gimmick to happen back then. But then again, it were for if it came out in the '80s, it would have made more sense, you know. But
Yeah.
I want to give it a thumbs down because he was not a good worker or whatever. But that's all I can say. What do you think?
I think I give it a thumbs down. If it didn't work, you also have to weigh that in, like how successful was the gimmick.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think I'd give that a thumbs down too.
All right, we're 15 minutes in, so I'm gonna end this with the last gimmick, and I want to talk about this guy for a long time now. I think you've seen the memes of this guy, and it is actually hilarious. In the early '90s, when Danny Boy Smith and Sting needed a partner against like their new opponents, and they say their next opponent will shock the world because he is the Shockmaster. And you know this gimmick, right?
Nah, I actually don't know this gimmick.
He was a huge internet meme, dude. He was like this. He basically during the promo, he was when he was debuted, it was live on Nitro, and when he comes out, he's supposed to break through the wall, as a grand entrance. But problem is, he tripped over or fell to the floor, and that stormtrooper helmet he had fell off his head, and the stormtrooper helmet was like spray painted on glitter, and I'm not, and it was such a cluster, but it it was such a really bad debut. It ended. It kind of died right. The character died right there because as the as afterwards, WCW made him into a intergalactic klutz, as the Wrestling Observer newsletter talked about, but it was such a bad performance. And Shockmaster lived in infamy as one of the worst gimmicks and one of the worst debuts ever. So, what do you think? I give it a thumbs up for its legacy, but a thumbs down for execution.
Um, that's tough. I don't know. I think I'd like for legacy, gotta give it a thumbs up, right?
Yeah,
Especially considering the memes. Something came from it, you know?
yeah. Anyways, I think that. What do you think? Is that a good time to end it right there for our first segment?
Yeah, that sounds
Okay.
good.
Anyways, yeah. Sorry if we didn't get through all the other gimmicks like the ding dongs, since the ding dongs weren't from the '90s, from the '80s, or gimmicks that had no gimmicks like David Arquette, or gimmicks that came out in 2000s like the Fat Chick Thriller or the Nice '70s guy. But hey, we gotta stick to the '90s. Anyways, yeah. Let's start the next segment, the news desk segment. Uh, there are. I have some three pieces of news that are kind of interesting. One of them involves, Pete Rose, right? The baseball player slash baseball manager.
Um, yeah. Yeah. Pete Rose, he never got to be in the Hall of Fame because he cheated.
Yeah, well, actually, he didn't cheat. He was like placing bets on
Oh,
like the
oh
games.
yeah.
Yeah,
Gambling, excuse me, yeah.
yeah. Basically, he actually petitioned for baseball commissioner Robert Manfred to put him into the Hall of Fame because I don't know, because of his legacy or whatever. But and people are divided on what he did. Like people are saying, oh, he shouldn't be in there because of his betting, or oh, he didn't do anything wrong since most baseball players nowadays were taking steroids or whatever. But I don't know. What do you think?
It's tough because he was betting. It de- it's tough. I feel like if he was betting, actually, I don't even know because like we don't know like to the extent how much that could impact like a game. So if he was betting like on his own games, I definitely think that's not cool at all. Just because a manager can like do many different things to affect the outcome of like a game. Um, with that being said, if he was betting on other teams' games like that he wasn't involved in, it's less so. But you also don't know if he would be like willing to give up information that could aid like a team to win a game against somebody. Like for instance, like maybe that manager, let's say Pete Rose, knows a thing or two about the pitcher that the other teams from like that aren't participating. You know, like maybe they might like really like enjoy that information because they get that information, they win. I really don't know what happened. I don't have like all the details. So that couldn't be the case at all. But I think at the very least, if he was betting like on his own games, then at the very least that's like a bit of a asterisk. I mean, you could also like give him the Hall of Fame based on the merit of his like uh, career because he has like I think the most hits still in MLB history.
Mm,
I think
yeah,
he does. He has like 4,000 something. But um, yeah, rough argument.
yeah,
I feel like you put him in the Hall of Fame, but and we just acknowledge that that was a thing that happened before, and that's not and it's something that isn't allowed anymore.
right. Yeah, I'm on the undivided too, but yeah, you clearly like hit the nail on the head on all those points. Anyways, the next thing is kind of a little bit sadder. We like earlier yesterday, we lost a pretty good voice actor, Kevin Conroy. He is well known as the voice actor to play Batman since the 90s. He played a Cape Crusader and sat there for like decades. And yesterday he died of cancer. He is makes him one of the best character people to play the a Batman, and I'm gonna say that he will be missed. Any thoughts?
No, it's rough. He was the voice of like that, such a iconic character for like decades. So yeah, 100% he's gonna be missed. Rough day.
Yeah,
Uh, in the community.
yeah, and he wasn't the only person who died that day. Another person actually died. You're Gallagher, right?
Galaga?
Gallagher.
Who's Gallagher?
Yeah, you ever seen a guy with a mallet smashing watermelons and such?
No.
Yeah, yeah,
Sorry.
he's gonna be
Yeah.
what?
I said sorry.
Yeah, he's a well known comedian back in like the 90s and before that I think. He is well known for having this huge ass mallet and like crushing like fruit and veggies with the mallet. And he unfortunately passed away as well. He was in his 70s, and he is well known for that kind of gimmick, you know. That's all I'm gonna say. I guess you didn't know about him. Anyways, I guess up to the next piece of news.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just next piece of news, I want to say is a little bit sadder because I want to say is a little bit sadder, but also a little bit hilarious because I really think this guy deserves it. It involves Kanye West. He said some really anti-Semitic things, and he and people are reacting really negatively to it, and he even lost his deal with Nike to make shoes. I'm like
It wasn't Adidas?
Adidas. I thought it was like Nikes. I don't. Was it Adidas?
I think it was Adidas, but
Yeah.
go ahead.
But anyways, he lost a shoe deal with a company, and it's and yeah. I'm not a fan of Kanye West because the guy's a jackass, and in the end of it, I'm pretty sure, or I'm pretty sure this guy's career is not going to recover from this. What do you think?
Um, I could see it recovering. Like yeah, like he's had like incredibly messed up things. And clearly, dude's in like a weird state of mind. And I think people uh have seen this act from him, for like years now. But I don't think his career is over, and that's not because like I like him or anything. I don't really care about him, but it's the fact that he has such a cult following that a lot of people think of Ye as like the artist of all time. Um, I think like if somebody stepped in and gave him the help that he clearly needs, and then went back to making like music, I feel like he would get back on track. There's definitely a comeback story to be had there. So I don't think his career is over. Um, I just think, I mean, his career will be over if someone doesn't step in to guide him in the right direction. Because right now he is lost and he's saying like crazy stuff, um, and hateful stuff too. Someone needs to step in and get him some help.
Okay, that's that's something to talk about. Anyways, yeah, I think that'll be it for the news desk segment because we are 26 minutes in. Anyways, let's wrap this up with our third segment, IRL. And a lot of things happened on Halloween for us. Well, on my end, anyways. But wait, what? How's your Halloween?
I was at a speed running event called Pace. They did a little Mario 64 racing tournament, and yeah, I was there. I was hanging out with everybody. Came back home. It was a fun little event. Definitely something people should look into. Pace. Type in Pace speed running. And you'll find it.
Okay. Also, what happened for me? And keep in mind, I don't live myself. I live with my sister, my stepdad, and our mom. Anyways, and we and yeah, something happened during Halloween that we never expected. Lisa put out our sister Lisa. She put out a bowl of candy outside and put a sign up. But anyways, as we left the bowl of candy outside during while we were there to supervise, someone stole the bowl of candy.
Wow.
Yeah,
With
and on the next day, someone returned the bowl.
with all the candy missing.
No,
With all the candy.
yeah, they took all the candy,
What?
but gave the bowl
That's what I was
back.
asking. They took the candy out the bowl and just gave the bowl back.
Yeah,
Wow, that's terrible.
yeah, and that was just insane. Um, yeah, yeah. Anyways, if everyone's doing Halloween, either supervise the bowl or just when someone comes up to the door, just make sure to hand the candy yourself. That's a lesson to be learned here. So yeah, we are about uh 29 minutes in. So what do you think? Wrap it up?
Yeah, we can wrap it up.
Yeah. So yeah, anyways, if anyone's watching, thanks for watching. Please subscribe to get more content. Hit the bell to get notified. And as always, stay good. Damn it. Stay gold and peace out.
Take care, everybody.